Well, hello and welcome to this engine match that I've set up between Leela Lc0 and Fritz 16. So Leela here is white and Fritz is black. And it looks like Leela has played 1e4, Fritz has gone for e6, and we're into some French variation here. So this looks like the winner. And this seems quite popular that when I've set up previous engine matches, the French seems to get played a lot here. And Leela's gone for bishop to g5, pinning the knight on f6, and now threatening to play e5. So I guess if e5, h6, and then the bishop will retreat. But now bishop e7, so to get rid of the pin. And I guess e5. Okay, so the e5, that was quick. Knight d7, and I'm guessing bishops will be swapped here. So will bishop takes e7 be played with queen takes, or the bishop could retreat back to e3. Oh, okay. So h4, that's an interesting move. So white is sacking a pawn. Leela's sacking a pawn already. I've never seen this. Is this theory? So takes, and the queen will take. So white will get the initiative. So the rook's on an open h file. That's some compensation. I'm guessing queen to d3 now, so we attack the h pawn on h7. Okay, so bishop, wow, okay, right, so bishop to d3, white's attacking the pawn on h7, but black can just take on g2 with the queen. What's going on here? Okay, and now a6, knight back to e2. This is very confusing. So I'm guessing that is to play maybe f4 or c3. So after queen takes, maybe knight to f4 now then. It's good that Fritz doesn't go pawn grabbing. I think it would have been a bit risky to just grab that pawn, but still, pawn's a pawn. So h6 to stop white taking it on h7. And now c3. Okay, so that was the idea behind knight to e2, to play c3 to secure up the centre if black plays c5. So white could threaten to play b4 here, and then black is in a bit of trouble and can't actually counteract on the queen side. So okay, so c5, knight f3, and the queen's got to move back. He can't take the pawn on g2 because rook g1 is just quite powerful. So I'm guessing queen d2 maybe, or castle's king side. Okay, castle's king side. This is really random though, because you surely want to keep that rook on the h file. So you just... white shuts the pawn down. Will this come back to haunt Leela? Knight c6, and now queen d2. So knight c6 is putting pressure on d4, but you have got a lot of pieces covering it. I wonder where to go. So okay, b5, so black's grabbing a lot of space now. I feel like black's better, but according to the analysis that I'm looking at, Leela thinks white is slightly better, whereas Fritz thinks black is. But with each move, Leela's evaluation is going down, so I think sacking that pawn wasn't the best move. So rook e1, securing a half open file. Black's just developing now, so bishop b7, bishop c2. And now rook c8. So these are all standard moves. I don't think black wants the castle just yet. They'll probably take, yes, it takes on d4. I'm guessing c takes d4. And surely black can just now like plonk a knight on c4 maybe. Okay, so b4 instead. Okay. Giving white no respite, so bishop d3. So really black can move maybe just castle. Yeah, so castles. And knight g3, rook c7. Okay. So this is an interesting game. So white's actually, Leela here is white and wants that, it's actually giving white a really good valuation, whereas Fritz thinks black's winning. Knight h4, so king h8 gets some, I'm guessing black's going to defend g7. So queen f4, maybe threaten queen g4 to attack the g7 pawn. Black will probably take on a3. Oh no, say rook g8. And now g4. Oh, wow, okay. Threatening g5, yeah, that makes sense. What's black going to do here? It's giving b takes a3, b takes a3. I feel like black's got to be really careful here because there is quite a good attack going. I'm just wondering how white continues. Maybe king g2, which is played, and now rook h1 maybe? Knight f6, f6, g6? No, g6 is too risky. h6 hangs. Alright, so knight b3 attacking the rook. Knight c5. What is going on here? Has black just given up a piece? So takes. Obviously rook takes e4, or queen takes even, we're attacking d4 then. d4 is going to fall. I feel like black's just lost this game. Yeah, this seems like game over now. So queen h2 and h6 is under threat here. Rook d4 looks like a good move. So takes it. I wonder, knight f6 surely now, just attacking the rook and the h6, then rook g6. How could we continue this attack? Maybe does knight takes g5 work? So king g7 to stop that. I'm guessing, okay, so we're sacking the pawn. So his the rooks could double up on the c file. So the rooks have doubled, and now I think knight to e4 maybe be threatened. No, rook to d7. So rook takes c5 is on because d2 we can just take it with the knight. So I guess knight takes d2, rook takes d2. And then where? Maybe rook c7? Oh, we're going to get this queen out from h. Okay, so queen g3. Okay, so black has sacked the exchange. Takes. And I feel like white's just winning. Queen e4, 5, sorry, check? Or rook c7? Rook c7, rook d7. So white's just, Leela's going to win this game. That's 1-0 against Fritz 16. I feel like black really underestimated Leela's attack there. And eventually it caught up with itself and just sacked a piece, because it had to. Okay, we expect black to resign any second. So rook c4, attacking the pawn. I'm guessing queen c3 is coming. Or queen e4 now. Queen E4 check. Blocks, maybe takes, take, or which Queen C6. The pawn on A4 is going to fall. Okay, so take it. And yeah, black resigned and Leela's won. So here, this is a new game. I programmed it to have 2 games, so black here, we're looking at Leela's perspective as black, and Fritz 16 is white in this position. So I wonder if Leela's strong enough now to win as black. Fritz is taking some time to play, and D4 is the opening move. Knight F6. I wonder if we'll get into a King's Indian. So C4, E6, okay. I wonder if you're striking with D5 or C5 then. So D5. Knight to C3, I guess in bishop to E4, we've got like a Nimzo-ish system going here. Maybe C5 after that. Okay. Now we're taught not to take on C4 straight away. We're usually told to wait for the bishop on F1 to make a move and then take, when we've got an extra tempo. So taking straight away is interesting. So A6, I'm guessing bishop takes and then B4, B5, bishop B7. I expect bishop takes C4 to come now, otherwise B5, yeah, so takes, now where? B5, I'm guessing bishop B7 is the plan. Bishop B7, knight Bd7 and moves like that, maybe C5. And I guess white retreats to bishop to, okay, let's put it to B3, preparing bishop C2. So each game is about 4 minutes long with a 2-second increment, so I did that on purpose so that the computers don't lose on time. So bishop E7, just developing. Surely like A4 here from white is a traditional move just to break up this pawn structure. Okay, bishop C2. And now C5, striking into the centre. Takes. Is white going to swap queens here? So if takes, king D8, maybe rook D1, king C7, knight C, and then we can continue with knight C6. So this is quite an even position. Both computers are actually giving even scores here, which is good to see, because the last game was crazy. Both giving weird evaluations. I guess Leela's was right in the end, but still. That was a really interesting game though, sacking that pawn. And this game is quite even. So I think we can conclude at the moment that Leela seems to be the stronger engine. Okay, so E4. Okay, that was quick. Knight F to D7. What's the plan behind that? So bishop F4. We're going to play E5 here. King E7, okay. This is like a lion position, really. The queen's been swapped off. There's nothing for black to fear in this position, to be honest. I'm guessing knight C6 or something? I see after black develops knight C6, maybe rook D8, just moves like that. Now Leela's actually thinking of playing h6 here. So I'm guessing that's to stop knight g5 and bishop g5 as well. Okay, rook c8. Putting pressure on the c3 knight and bishop on c2. b4 is a really big threat actually. Okay, so retreating the bishop. And now h6 to stop any queen's, like kingside play. a3. So black could play b4 here, potentially. King e8. That's an interesting move. I guess it just wants to make its king even safer. But surely now, right, so we need to like, black should surely start playing knight b6, knight c6 or knight bd7. Maybe knight c4. And white can just put his another rook into the centre now maybe. Rook fd1. Okay, so move the bishop again. Why would it do that? Stop knight c4, okay. Knight bd7 now, developing. Okay, so it thinks its bishop's better there. I suppose it is now at knight c4 is coming. But this e4 pawn is only protected by one piece now, the knight on c3. Could that be decisive? g5, bishop to g3. And now f5. Takes. f4's threatened. Where will white's got to go to h3. Right, that bishop is now really badly placed. That's really quick. Okay, so play speeding up, a4. As white just lost a pawn, knight takes... Oh no, sorry. Knight takes b2, and... Okay, so it's not swapped off, it's just got a passed pawn now. Okay, so will black take that, or just carry on? Maybe move knight out to a4. Yeah, I don't think black wants to take that knight, because then the rook on the f file will take it, and the open files are both whites. So knight to a4, g3's got to be played yet. The bishop's gone back, so both rooks on the c file will be taken, swapping off. And now knight to d4. Surely that knight c3 here is quite good. Okay, knight f6. Maybe playing knight d5. Is bishop f8 can be played? Or bishop b8. The knight's attacking on h6 and the bishop, so black's giving back material. Okay, these two bishops on b8 and b7 look really dangerous. Okay, so knight g4. Okay, that g3 pawn is really under attack now. So takes, I'm guessing e takes? Oh no, he wants to attack the rook first. The bishop on b7 is really scary. So white has now given up the exchange. So takes. I guess knight takes f1. So black's the exchange up now. But white does have more pawns, so will black be able to stop these white pawns? Black's got a passer though on a5. I'm guessing didn't play a4 there because white might have taken it. And now a4. Now what can white do? I feel like there's no way to stop that pawn. After a3, how does white stop it? Yeah, a3 is just game. Knight c1, okay. And now we can just manoeuvre a bit as black. Rook c2. Rook c2, knight b3, a2. What's happening? a2. Okay. And bishop has to move to C8. How do we get rid of this knight on B3? That's the question. Oh, so move the knight on D5 somewhere and bishop to E6. How is white going to deal with this? C6, bishop E6, and oh yeah, now we can just take on B3. Oh, he's taken the pawn. Okay, so Fritz has taken the pawn. Does black still have enough? He should have enough now. Or she should have enough, I should say. Yeah, the king can just go to G7. The king's far too close. So bishop C4, let's say, rook A4, things like that. Yeah, and it looks like Fritz has lost another game. So it's going after the pawn on B5, and that's game. So, wow, okay. So, in both matches, Leela has won. So both these games were amazing attacking display by Leela. I'm quite impressed. I'll put all the details in the description below of what version I've used, but I'm quite surprised it beat Fritz 16 with such ease. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.